Chelsea against Everton, two clubs renowned for their skill and flair, two of the season's more successful sides. Chelsea at the moment are having a good run, and for this big test against Everton, their team is without Eddie McCready at full back. But they are well stocked with defenders, and they'll take some breaking down. In attack, Osgood is going well now, Cook too, and both are benefiting, I think, from the work of Ian Hutchinson, a bold young striker who is adding physical power to their assault. Today, though, Chelsea will know just where they're going when they face this Everton side, top of the table and unchanged in the last 13 games. That sort of run without serious injury brings a special understanding, and in their number 5, Brian LeBone, Everton also have perhaps the most consistent defender in the First Division. The game has drawn a happy crowd of 50,000.
Is Mr. Dennis Corbett of Wolverhampton, and it's Everton top of the table to kick off. The last 3 times they've come here, it's finished in a 1-1 draw. So Everton defending that goal to our right in the lighter shirts, in fact in shirts of amber with blue shorts. Chelsea all in blue. Dempsey and Bonetti. Peter Houseman. In fact, Everton have only won here once since the war. And now they catch Chelsea in good form. Here's LeBone. Chelsea having won the last 4 games. Royal. Imagine there could be quite a battle today between Dempsey and Royal. Royal, the top scorer in the First Division with 14 goals. Here's Osgood. And Hutchinson trying to get the better of Hurst. Tommy Wright for Everton. To Joe Royal. Ball. And Husband in the middle. Attacking run there by Ball. With the Chelsea defence wavering just a little bit. They perhaps should have come to him a little sooner. Alan Ball scored 7 times for Everton this season. In fact, 8 of this Everton side have got on the score sheet so far this season. Kendall, number 4, is another one of them. LeBone beating Osgood. Harris. And Hurst, who will stay deep despite that number 10, particularly to watch Ian Hutchinson. Royal to Ball. And now Colin Harvey. Alan Ball, what a good ball by Harvey. And Osgood well back to Hudson. Houseman streaking down the left. Cook, a nice little 1-2. The ball going to Houseman. Now Cook, who really has found a tremendous appetite for the game, Cook. Here he is again, finding Hollins. Good controlled play by Chelsea. And always somebody to back up, this time Harris. Cook. A tremendous run into the penalty area by Webb. Oh! Sheer artistry by Cook. Harris. And that must be Gordon West. Joe Royal, neatly to Ball. And Dempsey getting in first. Royal again, this time playing it for Morrissey. Morrissey beating Webb. And now he's got Hollins to contend with. Doing rather well against Hollins. Very good play by Morrissey. A good punch away by Bonetti. Coming through to Hurst. Jimmy Husband. To Kendall to turn it back first time. And a goal kick. A good punch to safety by Peter Bonetti, who probably is playing now as well as at any time in his long a great career here at Stamford Bridge. Kendall to Ball. Kendall again. And Husband has gone roaring in, getting his head to it. A great goal for Everton by Jimmy Husband. 5.5 minutes gone. Tremendous piece of running inside there by Husband. That's his 6th goal of the season. And Everton taking a priceless lead early in this game at Stamford Bridge. Hutchinson. And now Alan Ball. Hudson. I think in our excitement probably we got a wrong score. We said that in fact that it was Chelsea. It must have been a London man on the caption board wishful thinking, because undoubtedly it's Everton are leading by this 1-0. Now Tommy Wright. Ball cut out by Dempsey. Chelsea's throw. And Hutchinson, the man with the longest throw in the Football League, probably. But that's one of his shorter ones. And a goal kick. Well, a marvellous start, of course, for Everton. They've now scored 41 goals in the First Division this season, more than any other First Division club. Gordon West. When he can at last place the ball. Trying to give Dempsey the slip, and there's not too much support for Joe Royle. Now Ball has gone absolutely streaking into that penalty area. Everton throw. Well, a slack piece of play there by Harris. It's Kendall and Hurst. Ball just clipping against his hand. A free kick to Chelsea. John Hurst, very efficient tight marker at the back for Everton. Sandy Brown. Dempsey with a kick. Flicked on, and LeBone getting in with his head low rather bravely. Osgood trying to play a 1-2, but it was a little too tight for that. Harris. Hinton. Harris. Nice dummy there on Husband. And Hutchinson not able to turn around, but the ball falling nonetheless for him. But so many golden shirts of Everton. Bad one there by Royle, straight to Hollins. Number 4, Hollins. And Hollins picking it up again. And the ball still hasn't gone. Everton stopped, and they get a corner, Chelsea. The ball was really spinning viciously there. Everton back on their heels, assuming that it was going off. Gordon West giving some instruction to defenders waiting for this corner kick. Here comes the corner. And West slipping. Now Husband. Oh, kicked away by Brown. Dempsey's there. Osgood! fact, he failed just to get to that first one, leaving that situation just fractionally open for Chelsea, and Peter Osgood gets the equaliser with 11 minutes gone. Chelsea's top scorer, Peter Osgood, now with 8. 2 goals in the first 11 minutes. Morrissey, Kendall, and John Hurst. Ball trying a 1-2. Harvey. And now Husband. Tremendous start to this game that promises so much. Colin Harvey with Tommy Wright outside him. And Wright getting it across well. Royal getting up but just failing to come through to him. Dempsey getting it away for Chelsea. Now Hollins. Oh, straight into the path of Royal. And the foul is given. A free kick to Everton. On Joe Royal. Everton's top scorer last season with 28. Not only Everton's, but the First Division top scorer this season with 14. The Chelsea wall. Cook, Houseman and Hudson. Harvey and Morrissey there. Morrissey to float it. Hurst going in on the far side. Osgood well back to head it away. Hutchinson. Free kick to Chelsea. Now Osgood. Hutchinson taking a fair tumble there. He's getting quite a nudge from Tommy Wright. Ball finding Morrissey. Alan Ball again. Still Alan Ball, superb skill from Alan Ball, chased by Osgood, and Osgood getting in well with his tackle, taking the ball, no question of a foul. Good piece of work by Osgood. Now Hudson, and Ball going in, and not at all happy Alan Ball with that decision of referee Corbett, but a free kick to Chelsea. It's David Webb. Bone getting up before Hutchinson. And Kendall going in a little too hard on Cook. And every Everton man is between the ball and the Everton goal. Everybody back for Everton. Webb to float one. Osgood getting up. Dempsey bumping and boring there against Joe Royal. And a free kick to Everton. And the Bone having a word or two to his defence. Hudson to pump. The Bone surely to head it. Husband. Good ball by Husband here for Morrissey. Webb facing it. Still Morrissey going on, and Royal and Dempsey, and a corner to Everton. Peter Osgood going back. John Hurst is going right up for Everton though, into the edge of that penalty area. And Royal is on the goal line. Headed away by Webb. And now Cook having quite a wrestle with Harvey, getting clear. Only Hutchinson up for him though. Here's Hutchinson. Now he's faced by LeBeau. But Cook is going to do a good piece of running by Cook. Into Hutchinson. Good shot by Hutchinson. Great play by Chelsea. Those two men taking on almost the entire Everton defence very well indeed. Hollins. Osgood, a good flick on from Cook, get in! Cook! Cook again! Just over! He really pounced on that, Charlie Cook. It's incredible what a change has come over this fellow in the last 2 or 3 months. He really seems to have a tremendous appetite for football now. All those little bits of waywardness seem to have gone. He really is a menace for any defence. And a really great save by West. Ball, in fact, putting it straight to the feet of Cook. Houseman on ahead of him. Can Houseman get in? And there's Gordon West playing the part of a fullback. Cook again. Hutchinson to Hudson. And now to Webb. Men in the penalty area calling for a long one. Osgood getting up and LeBone beating him. And Everton's throw. And it's a free kick to Everton. Number 11, Morrissey. Leaving it for Sandy Brown. Collins. Harvey. Brown. LeBone. And Harris up to Alan Ball. Some really tremendous stuff from Everton this afternoon, showing the sort of form that obviously has put them at the top of the first division. But now 3 Chelsea players against 2 from Everton. Charlie Cook into Osgood. Great save by West. And everybody expecting the whistle to have gone, but the referee is saying play on. Cook. Osgood was really right through there. Cook bounced in the back by Ball. And in fact, he's given the free kick the other way. A tremendous save, though, at the start of that skirmishing by this man, Gordon West. Colin Harvey. Alan Ball, but the ball is gone before he can get to it. "35 caps for England and many more to come. Let's hope, certainly in the World Cup next year." Here he is again, Alan Ball. This time to Tommy Wright. Kendall, Wright. Not a bad cross by Wright off the top of the crossbar. From Tommy Wright. Well, he's always been prepared to adventure as Tommy Wright. And of course he was formerly a forward. It was a really good cross. Osgood. Now Harvey to LeBone. Hudson. LeBone's first slack one of the afternoon, really. Here he is again to Gordon West. Royal to Ball to Husband. Floater now, Ball going in, and Kendall also. Royal, Kendall, and now Morrissey to float one towards Ball. Up goes Hinton, and Kendall's shot is saved. though there had been an infringement. And the bone going in, this time beaten by Hutchinson. Cook also losing it. Hutchinson again. Again, Hutchinson. Talk, of course, about the form of Everton, top of the table, and having scored more goals than any other First Division club this season. It's also worth bearing in mind that Chelsea have an immensely impressive defensive record themselves. And in fact, there goes the whistle, with John Hollins clutching the ball, with Jimmy Husband having put Everton ahead, and Peter Osgood having equalised for Chelsea. Still to come on the big match programme, highlights of Manchester City against Manchester United, Ipswich against Crystal Palace. The half-time score here at Stamford Bridge, though, is Chelsea 1, Everton 1. More soccer action for you in just a couple of minutes. So that's how we start the second half, 1-1, with Everton, I suppose, in that first half looking the better prospects, though Chelsea with one or two brilliant flashes, just about, I suppose, deserving that 1-1 half-time score. Harris and Hutchinson and Osgood. Houseman, can he turn it back? And he can't. Thought it was odds on it going for a corner, but in fact off Tommy Wright. Quite a good little jinking run there by Osgood. A throw to Chelsea then, and now it's Hutchinson to take it, the man with this immense throw, which is as good as a corner. Everybody at the far side now of the penalty area. The long throw from Hutchinson, and Everton alive to it. Hinton. Harris. Hutchinson turning neatly on it. Inside Tommy Wright. Osgood. And now Cook. To blast one, a ricochet. Just past that post from Hutchinson. A ricochet that really gave Gordon West not the slightest chance as he went scrambling across that goal from that shot by Cook. Outside the penalty area, they'll have to take it again. Tremendous shot by Cook, and a good deflection, well, not a good deflection, a lucky deflection by Hutchinson. Osgood. Osgood! Brilliant run by Osgood! Can he do it? Osgood! He can't. Harris. And Houseman a little too dainty. Incredible little run there by Osgood again. Houseman. And a throw to Chelsea. And again they're waiting for Hutchinson to come across and take it. Dempsey has gone up into the penalty area. Webb is right up in the penalty area. And a tremendous throw there. Hollins. Cook getting under it. And Cook still. And Everton's throw. Royal to Harvey. Everton gathering their thoughts and their wits. And now Kendall. Switching it for ball. Faced by Hollins. Wright coming up in support. Tommy Wright. The ball falling rather luckily there for him. Now Alan Hudson. Oh, a little flick there with the outside of the boot, not quite coming off. Cook taking it quickly. Chelsea trying to do everything at pace to try and rattle Everton. Hudson. A little swinger, just over. What a shot by Hudson. That really was a tremendous banana shot by Alan Hudson, swerving round the defence, almost catching out West. Hurst. Kendall. Harvey to Morrissey. Webb a little quicker into his tackle now. And the linesman's flag is up for Osgood offside. But the game going on. John Hollins. Hutchinson in the middle pane there. Harris. Kendall. In for Harvey. Switching it now to Morrissey, and again Webb closing in very quickly on him. Morrissey forced to give it now to Brown. Kendall. Morrissey once more playing it first time, and a good return there from Alan Ball. Good play by Everton, away by Dempsey. Everton now very much more beginning to get to grips with this second half as they did in the first half. Alan Ball. Still Ball and Dempsey plugging it away. Hurst finding Wright. Royal, a little flick off there for Kendall. And Benetti spreading himself very well. Dempsey to clear. Morrissey beaten by Webb. Benetti really spread himself well there as Kendall was through. Now a long one from Hollins. Looking for Osgood. Wright is down. Webb is out. West is out. And again West was charging out of his goal. So easily sidestepped by Peter Osgood. Now Hutchinson slipping right. Osgood! Good save! And a corner! Well, after one bad mistake by Gordon West, that really was a good save from Osgood. Cook with the corner. Dempsey and Webb both up for Chelsea. Taken off the near post. Ball. And now Hollins to belt it back again. Hollins again. And a deflection. Now Harvey. Everybody breaking quickly from that Everton penalty area. Hurst. Straight to Hutchinson. And now to Houseman. Osgood is offside. Now he's onside, and now Houseman away with just Hutchinson in the middle. Hutchinson going in when it only needed a touch. Beautiful little cross there though as Hutchinson registers from Houseman. And perhaps that'll make Houseman feel a little better. But now Morrissey away, having beaten Webb. Royal closing in as well. And so too his husband on the far side. What a magnificent game this is. And now Kendall. Alan Ball. Morrissey. Though Morrissey has stayed this side of the field, so too as the Chelsea number 2, David Webb. Husband, beaten by Webb, finding Houseman, to Osgood. Hinton, plenty of Everton men coming back. Houseman, challenged very strongly from the back by LeBeau. Now he can get this across. Osgood has gone streaking in. And Kendall, so very cool. Really deserves a bit of applause for that. That was a cool head by Howard Kendall here. Played now a minute of injury time. Hutchinson to Hollins. A long one, Osgood chasing LeBeau to cover for Everton. And at this stage of the afternoon, you do the safe thing. So there might be just one last threat from the long throw from Hutchinson. No, there isn't, because the final whistle has gone before he can take it. And so the final score is what it's been for the last 3 years here, 1-1. Jimmy Husband having put Everton ahead. And Peter Osgood, who had a fine game for Chelsea, making it 1-1, both in the first half. So the final score at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 1, Everton 1.
Well, I thought that was very good value down there at Stamford Bridge yesterday. Incidentally, with Jimmy Hill on business in the Bahamas, that must be some business. It's my pleasure to welcome our studio guest today, Charlie Cook. Charlie, before we talk about Chelsea, I'd like to talk about Charlie Cook. And your form last season when you couldn't get into the Chelsea side, and your form this season when you're delighting so many people, is so different. Now, what is different about it, in fact? What's happened?
I think it's difficult to say. I can't put my finger on it. Certainly I'm playing better, but then again the team's playing better. We've got things going for us just now, and it's difficult to play badly in the Chelsea side just now, I think.
Dave Sexton, obviously the manager, had a lot to do with this, though, hasn't he?
Yes, he's a shrewd judge, you know. He's got us all going at Stamford Bridge. Typical of the spirit we've got down there at the moment. As you know, we play 5-a-sides in the forecourt at Stamford Bridge every Friday morning. Well, usually we award a yellow jersey, a sort of imaginary yellow jersey to the worst player, whoever's voted the worst player for the morning.
Would you have got that vote very often?
Oh, often over the last few seasons. But just on Friday morning, for a laugh, Dave comes down with a beautiful new yellow jersey, and this was to be presented to the worst player of the morning, and so the guys were working a little bit harder than usual.
Can I ask who got the yellow jersey this week?
Dare I say it, Marvin Hinton got it this week, but then he gets a casting vote next week when he awards it. So.
He does. So this, in fact, seriously though, it does keep you on your toes a little bit.
Yes, I think it's typical of the good spirit we've got going for us just now.
I noticed a notice in the dressing room yesterday as well. Can you tell us about that?
That's a small chart. We've always had it up there. I think it's a marvellous idea to encourage the forwards especially. It's a small chart with each player's name down the left-hand column, at the left-hand side of the chart. And along the top we have each game played, the name of the side. And we have small boxes then, horizontally across from each player's name. And you're then accredited with either a goal or an assist. And most of the defenders don't have anything in their boxes, but it's nice for a forward to look up there and see an assist and a goal. And when you're playing well, usually you can see a little something in each column for the last couple of months.
Well, yesterday, there's no doubt about it, you were playing well. Everyone, I think, would agree with that. And above all, there were some really good aggressive runs from you, weren't there? From deep positions.
I like it when you say there was some. You know, I think there was perhaps one, but...
Well, we've certainly picked out one, anyhow, Charlie here, which comes after this corner. Is very well cleared off with a header off the line there by David Webb, which could have been a little bit dangerous. You have a little bit of wrestling there with Colin Howie, but this is really good, strong running and looking for a man. And in fact, there's only Ian Hutchinson up. And Ian does a good piece of running here as well for you. This is, as you say, the spirit of Chelsea at the moment. You pick it up again. A lovely little ball inside. And Hutchinson into West Ham. In fact, he does rather well there, doesn't he? Because he had to really poke that with very little time.
He was stretching there. He was a little unfortunate. But, it's not like Ian. He's a big, strong guy, you know. He usually does the business.
Does the business. Everton have been doing the business, in fact, this season. What did you think of them?
I thought they played marvellously in the first half, especially the guys in the middle of the field. You know, three guys like Alan Ball, Kendall, and Colin Harvey. You know, you can't ask for three better guys.
Well, in fact, they got off to a very good start, Everton. Something rather like Leeds United, and the way they hustle and chase, as I think you were saying a bit earlier, three Billy Bremners in their side. Here's Kendall, one of those Billy Bremners in the Everton side, plays it off to Ball, and now you lose Jimmy Husband. And Peter Bonetti comes half out, and obviously is caught a little bit there with the wind swirling around, and Husband heads it in. But in fact, that was, I thought, the one unprofessional moment of Chelsea yesterday. You lost the man running in.
Yeah, it's something we're not usually guilty of. When you have to, we've all got our mental mark, and when you lose your man, go to somebody else's. There's usually a nice clear shout from behind, pick up the runner, whoever it may be who's spare. I think that's one time we didn't do it yesterday, and being in the first division, we lost a goal for it.
Yeah. But at least you came bouncing back very quickly, and I think against a side of Everton's calibre, it's as well not to let them get on top, to come back very quickly at them.
I think they can make you work very, very hard if they get their tails up, the way Leeds can do.
In fact, you followed a corner. Gordon West, we see it from behind the goal. Alas, the gremlins have got into our slow motion machinery again, and so we can't show it in slow motion. But now watch is Osgood. Really, even in slow motion, that would have been a tremendous shot, almost bursting the net. And he is picking them up a bit, isn't he now, Peter Osgood?
He's getting the goals. He's starting to work very, very hard, and he's really hit a smashing bit of form for us.
How did you see that goal, though? It was your corner, and West, in fact, really didn't get a hand to it as perhaps he ought to have done.
I think perhaps there was 2 or 3 players round about him. He couldn't quite get up to it. I thought he had missed it completely, but as I see here...
Well, here he is again now, just preparing to take this corner from you, Charlie. And there's Ian Hutchinson. He's a big, strong fella. Tommy Wright has just recovered from an injury.
I think if you watch Ian very closely here, there may be some excuse for West.
Yes, he does just give him a little bit of a nudge, doesn't he? I think for legitimately going for that ball. Peter Houseman pumps it in, Sandy Brown, John Dempsey well up there, and Ozzy.
And David Webb looking for his goal.
David Webb loves getting into that box, doesn't he?
Yes, we have him up for most of the corners now, and he loves it, you know.
Talking about Peter Osgood, though, I noticed a couple of 3 weeks ago in a Sunday newspaper, he did himself, I would have thought, very little good at all, with a quote, "Why I will never play for England, I'm too lazy for Sir Alf." Do you think he really believes that, and do players who play with him believe that, Charlie?
Well, I think if anybody believes it, and if Peter does, he must be the only guy who believes it. I think perhaps he was speaking with his tongue in his cheek. But I think there again, there's a point here, the ghostwriters should, I think, pay a little more attention to the guys they're writing about and the good it's going to do them rather than their own pockets.
That can't have done him very much good. But what sort of game is he playing for you now? Because we talk about him being in midfield.
He's doing a marvellous job for us. He isn't quite in the midfield. He's playing a bit further up. He's getting the goals, and it's a tremendous fill-up to you when you get the ball in the back of the net.
Well, we've cut together some action of Peter Osgood yesterday.
First division, but now 3 Chelsea players against 2 from Everton. Charlie Cook into Osgood. Great save by West. Osgood. Osgood. Brilliant one by Osgood. Can he do it? Osgood. He can't. Now a long one from Hollins. Looking for Osgood. Wright is down. Webb is out. West is out. And away by Hinton to Osgood. Cook taking a 1-2 there with Webb. Osgood chased by Hurst and by Brown. Still Osgood. Amazing how he kept control there, but that's too many. Not at all happy with the treatment he got there.
Well, I can only say that if Peter Osgood calls that lazy, that I hope Sir Alf Ramsey doesn't. Charlie, one last word from you. People are hopefully in London talking about Chelsea for the championship and so on. Do you think this is a possibility?
I think it's a possibility, but I could do with a bonus anyway, you know.
Well, it's been our bonus to have you on the programme today, Charlie. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.